It's a one thing that
Do us a favor.
Remove that.
now,
Okay,
now you remove.
but sometimes you remove.
Yes, remove. Because we are doing green factory where there is no other way.
This anxiety issue, because of that, it takes time. Like sometimes my mood may not stop.
No
So
problem.
it takes time. Like, I need your time, that's it.
Yeah. We are ready to spread.
Mahajan.
My name is Mahajan. Today's my talk. I'm coming to manifesto. Catholic who authored the Marx in India. So before starting, called Friedrich Marx. Called Friedrich Marx.
Excuse me, words are very blurred.
He was born on May 5th, 1880.
Father, no, no.
Voice is very blurred.
Okay. Actually, he is not well, Father.
I'm not at the same time a voice today.
Okay, take a basic question.
Ah,
Was born on May 5th, 1880 in Germany, Trier. He's from the middle class family, Jewish family. At the same time, he's a philosopher, at the same time economist, at the same time historian, revolutionary journalist, sociologist. His father name also Friedrich Marx, and he is a lawyer. His writings became the most influential thing in close to the Russian Revolution, the second Cuban Revolution, and also most of something like influential things. And also his writings became the basis of Marxism approach thing. This mostly talks about inequality, mostly talks about how to achieve equality, how to establishment no class society, stateless society. So he died in March. And also his most beautiful work is the Das Kapital. At the same time, must be published. Also, other person in India, he was born on 1820 in Burma, Germany. He is German social and became revolutionary after becoming a revolutionary communist. Often make the Marx from Marx. In 1845, Engels met Marx. Two became really close friends. Like two of them forever. They co-authored this one manifesto and at the same time Das Kapital also. He died on August 5th, 1895. So, when you come to the manifesto themes, struggle of class, so it is the most theme. This is the main theme in the manifesto. After industrial revolution, after industrialization, there is mainly divided into two classes. One is rich, that means bourgeoisie. The other one is working class. It is mostly divided into based on this socio-economic conditions. The bourgeoisie, this is the rich person who own and control the means of production. Like that means these people were the dictatorship at the time of industrial revolution. Right? So at that time, working class people oppress the class people. That is, these people is the working labor who do not own any means of and also Marx argues that if you want to equality, if you want to achieve equality, the working class must overthrow the rich people out of that thing. So if you overthrow that, so it became an equality. That at the same time, these class people became an oppressed So these class people became a dictatorship at the same time. But he says that this is not a permanent thing. It's not a permanent thing. Dictatorship is not a permanent thing. This is a temporary dictatorship to achieve equality in at the time society. At the time in industrial revolution. Exploitation of this value. Manifesto critiques the rich people will use capitalism for its inherent exploitation of the working class. The working class always working for the rich people, capitalist people. So he says that he really against it, like exploitation. It became inherent exploitation for them. So it also introduced the concept of surplus. Because working class people, working hard, they are struggling hard, but they receive a really low wage. The workers produce more valuable product than they receive wage. See, at example, the working class people make this beautiful thing, but this thing outside itself maybe 2,000. But they giving this working class people maybe 200, 300. Like that is the surplus value. There is no equal in value in that. They are working really hard, but their receiving wage is really low. So there is no equal in value. So yeah, in this you can say that the rich get richer, the poor get poor. So yeah. Working class created this wealth for this class, but they're receiving really low wage. That's working class revolution. It says that working class people will eventually rise against this rich people, privileged people in the revolution to establishment classless society, stateless society. It mostly says that we have to overthrow the rich people, privileged people, capitalist people to achieve equality. At the same time, the means of this thing be collectively owned by the we, that means like the working class people who don't have any means of this thing, like factory, industrialization, this thing. So he says the resources thing, everyone needs to give equally, like distribute to equally to people. So because of that, working class people have to start a revolution, start it against this rich people. And also he says that we have to abolishment of this private property. And it's mostly Marx and Engels advocates the abolition of this private property, at the same time private property, at the same time industrialization, at the same time. So this is the main thing to eliminating the basis of no class distinction by society. So this says that we have to, every property have every person right to use it. So yeah. He also says that he encouraged the idea of worldwide working class revolution, arguing the struggle against the rich people, global one, and also the workers of all should unite. He says the workers of the world, we have nothing to lose but to change. Action, like a call to action. Manifesto concludes with a call to action, or with the working class to fight for their rights and statement. With the workers of the world unite.
That's
I have this anxiety issue because of that. My mouth stops sometimes. So yeah, that is my work.
Parents 4 pages.
Yeah. This